Hey everyone, it's Micah, and today I have a very special guest and a new co-host. Everyone, meet the Swedish chef. And since today is his first show, I'm going to let him introduce today's topic. Take it away! No, it's ORC. 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 And Karen, you had one job. Get me someone new. I can't work like this. This is ridiculous. No, I can't. Hey everyone, it's Micah, and today we have something fun to talk about straight from April's Pantheon newsletter, direct from Visionary Realms. Orcs. Gah! We got this amazing little video showing the orc models, and they look amaze-tacular abulous. These are specifically the North Tusk orc models, and I haven't really dug in to see what's out there when it comes to orcish lore, but I do know that is their tribal name. They did, however, give us a little bit more information on the orcs in the Q&A that accompanied this video. But before we get into that, I just want you to soak in this model, because if this is what they're truly going to look like in-game, it just makes me more and more excited to see, well, more. Waiting on those elves, Visionary Realms. Now let's move on to the Q&A, because hearing what the devs have to say directly is always super interesting to me. Much of the information on the orcs is on the technical side, where they were discussing concept model, which is in fact the name of that segment. As someone who isn't trained in the technical side of things, however, I will just link that below for you to read. It's really interesting to read where they look for inspiration, how to make certain decisions, and how much time it just takes to settle on something. But as a lore guy, what I was most happy to hear about is they're not just making orcs. They are not making just a default idiot baddie that's just mostly used by the big baddie as cannon fodder. Even though they're not going to be a playable race, they have gone through what seems like great lengths to give them an interesting backstory and to take the orcs we all know and love and give them their own little Pantheon twist. They're going to stick with a few things that we're familiar with, like keeping the orcs tribal and giving them a shamanistic element. However, each one of those tribes is going to have cultural differences, and this is something I was super excited to hear, because so often, especially in games, there may be various tribes or clans or whatever of a certain race, but the only real difference in the actual game is that one wears blue and one wears red, or one is bad and one is good. This gives me the impression that they're looking at things more like an author would when writing a novel, and I'm really hoping this indeed is getting incorporated into the game. I'm sure that doesn't mean everything's going to be completely different between tribes, of course. Orcs, like other races, will need a cultural identity as a whole, and there will be a shared style. But again, to me it sounds like they're going to go deeper than just blue and red. So as someone who appreciates those little differences and the amount of work that goes into them, it was super exciting to hear. It likely stems from the fact that I have a degree in literary criticism, and I also studied art history and design extensively while in uni, so that is totally my wheelhouse. Also, that is a huge undertaking, which is why we don't see it often. But hey, if they can pull it off, even if it's not super duper in depth, it's going to make the world all that more immersive. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Keeping it short, keeping it sweet. Again, the link to the newsletter and my social media is below. As usual, there's a lot of really little fun things to read in it, including some information about an upcoming stream with Carnage, which you can bet I will be watching and taking extensive notes on to pass on any information we learn to you. But as per the usual, it has been a hoot, and until next time, have fun.